Hello everyone, welcome to Starseed Tarot, or welcome back if you already subscribed. So today I'm going to do a little bit of a different video. I know it sounds like it's going to be a live with the setting and everything, but it's not a live, it's just a recorded video. I've also changed the setup. I think it will be better for what I have to show you guys and what I have to explain. So that's why the setup is different. I hope everyone had a good Christmas, a good holidays, a good, a good time off, whatever. I hope everyone is good. We are in this crimbo limbo at minute where time doesn't really exist. We don't really know what day it is, what time it is. I don't know. I know it's Boxing Day today, but you know it's 4 o'clock already. It looks like it's going to be dark in like by the minute. It's going darker and darker. Anyways, so yeah, today is going to be a little bit of a different videos. I have like about like two sections. The first section, I just wanted to speak about the new decks that I've received recently, uh, fairly recently, because I haven't filmed a video in a while. So maybe these decks are a couple of months old, but I haven't shown them on my page on Instagram, or I didn't film a flip through on YouTube. I didn't go live, so I didn't show them on live, anything like this. So I just wanted to do like a little bit of a sum up of the decks that I received. And the second part is regarding the 12 month, 12 envelope thing that I don't know if you've seen on Lisa Papez video. For example, she's done it again this year. She's done it last year. I didn't do it last year because I was too lazy and I was too late in the game, basically. So I decided to not do it. But I've done it this year, and I thought it would be nice for you guys to see what I've done, how I've done it, and yeah, just to explain you the process and choosing my decks, why I chose the decks that I've chosen, and basically how I went about it and what's the end results. But yeah, so it's probably gonna be a long video, so grab something to drink, grab something to eat, just chill, just sit down, watch on your TV, watch on your phone, wherever you want. And yeah, that's going to be a little bit of a longer video than usual. So you're going to see me touch things on there, because that's where my decks and all the other things are. That's where my mouse is for my laptop. I'm filming with my laptop. So you're going to see me touch things there. But yeah, we're going to go with the first section, which is the recent decks that I've acquired. Again, when I say recent, is fairly recent. It's not completely recent. Some of them are a couple of months old. And we're going to start with some decks that I received for review from a creator. So she approached me, this person called Leah Showman, to review some of her decks and provide content as well. So she needed like some pictures and videos of the deck that she could use on her website or on social media, anything like this. So in exchange of me providing content, I could keep the decks that she was sending. And the first one I want to show you is the Wisdom Within Oracle. It's just a tiny little deck like this, and it's basically a deck of 88 little cards. Very good production quality with all the decks from Leah. So it's edged in this kind of gold, matte gold. These are the backs, very cute. And it's basically little messages. So here you can see, for example, it says support and respect aren't the same thing. And then you also have like affirmation. So here, for example, you have this one that says, I listen to my intuition and it never leads me astray. You have questions as well. So here you say you have a question, for example, here. You can see also the letters are embossed in gold, and it says, what has brought you joy today? So you have all these different, like, I would say, like type of cards. So whether it's a question, whether it's an information, whether it's just like a statement, anything like this that you can use, just one card a day, or maybe you want to journal with them. you know, that is very useful. And again, there's 88 cards, so very a lot of cards that you can get. So either questions, an affirmation, anything like this. So very good little deck. Again, everything that I'm showing you now, I will um, put a description in the description box below. So that's the first one. I'm gonna try to find space to put all the things that I want to show you. The second one is by the same creator, Leah Schumann, and it's the Wild Lens Tarot. I love this deck. It's very cute. Um, it's very, again, very good quality of production, and it's a deck that is a bit unique. So these, it's not edged in anything, it's just white. These are the backs. They are embossed in this kind of like foil um, paper, and then it's the size of it is meant to be like a picture, because it's basically, you know, like these pictures that you can get from when you take a picture and it comes out. I don't know how it's called, this particular uh, device, but yeah, it comes out as a picture, because it's, like the name says, it's wide lens, so it's all pictures of different lands, different places on Earth, and you also have this embossed thing on the cards. Like the back, you have this kind of foil uh, with different colors that come out, and it's different scenery. So you can see you have Asia that is represented, you have Egypt, you have some place in, I don't really know where this is, but it looks like maybe like the canyon in America. You have Japan, you have the sea as well. So this could be anywhere really, but you have the sea that is represented in the cup suit, especially. You have mountains. So you have a lot of different lands, which is very good. So you can use, you know, the energy of the land, and you know, the energy and the description of the card. So let's say it's the Ace of Cups or anything like this, to, you know, expand your tarot readings. But yeah, that's basically the tarot that is there, which is called the Wildlands Tarot. And again, it's by Leah Schumann, so I will put her links in the description box below if you're interested by the deck. The next one we have is Guided by Angels by Sophie Fox, and it's a deck that I've seen on one of Martin's and Levi's live, and I was very attracted by it. I haven't used it yet, to be honest, so I can't tell you how it reads or anything like this. But I was in my angel era. I have eras of like, I'm connecting more with ancestors, I'm connecting more with angels, I'm connecting more with, you know, star seeds and stuff like this. So I was in my angel era, and I got this deck. So I'm gonna show you the backs first. The backs are like this. Again, that's a deck that is edged in gold, and that's a collage deck. And you have, like, for example, here you have Archangel Jeremiah, and it says Karma. So you have all these angel and archangel cards. Here you have Archangel Haniel, and it says receive the answer. And but then you also have like some cards that are just guardian angel. So I'm gonna try and find one for you. Yeah, we have one here. So for example, here you have guardian angel. So it's not a particular um, archangel, is just your guardian angel that is sending you this message. And here it says be the best version of you, be the best version of you. And I think there's a couple of these in the deck, but then there's all the archangel. There's some archangels that are repeated in the deck as well, because they have different messages. Then you have just angel that have like no particular title. So here it says Zadkiel, it doesn't say Archangel Zadkiel. But let me try to find another one of these guardian angels. So here we have another one here, and it says ask for guidance. So I thought it was very interesting. I also loved the fact that it was a UK creator, and I love the fact that also it was different. You know, it looked different. I loved the way the art was. So I decided to get this deck. and I haven't used it, but it's still there, so it means that I like it. The next one, it's not necessarily a complete deck, but for those who have seen my last video where I showed the deck that I recently got, I got this one, which is the Keymaster Tarot. For those who don't know, this is a deck. I'm gonna put it upright. This is a deck that is a mix between like playing cards, as you can see, but also different symbology with the wands, and then all the majors are just depicted as this, and all the card cards as well. So here, for example, you have Judgment is completely illustrated, and here you have a court card, which is the King of Cups, but then you have the pips, okay, with the hearts, the clubs, diamonds, and the other one, which I forgot what it is. But that's the deck. That's one deck that I received. But in my readings, I like to do tarot cards. I like to use tarot cards for the primary reading, and then I like to use smaller cards for clarifiers. So that's why, for example, I have the light years, but I also have the mini light years. I have the how is it called? Let me check. How is it called? The tattoo tarot. So yeah, I have the tattoo tarot, but I also have the mini. And I have different decks like this. I have the Rider-Waite-Smith, the traditional one, but I also have a mini. So basically, I like to do that. So I decided to purchase just the playing card version of this deck. Okay, so this was out of stock for a long time, and it came back in stock, I think, in October. So I decided to purchase it. And it's just playing cards, but again, the court cards are like this. So the court cards are the same depiction of the court cards that are in the tarot deck. So yeah, that's why I decided to get it. So yes, there is no major arcana, but it doesn't really matter because it's also part of what I like to do. I like when we have a major arcana that is clarified by minor arcanas. I think it's giving better energy. But yeah, that's basically what I received as well. So it's not like a tarot deck, but it's related to my tarot practice. I put it in this pouch as well. Both of them are going into this pouch that I ordered on Etsy. If you're interested in knowing where I got it from, you can ask me and I will let you know where I got it from, but it's from Etsy. The next one, I've done a flip through and unboxing of this one, is the Winter Season Tarot by Danielle Norman. So if you don't know Dani, she's done many decks. She's done the Ascension Tarot, which was her first deck. Then she did the Odin's Playbook Tarot. Then she's done the Astral Mermaid Tarot. She's done the Walking Meditation Tarot, and her recent one is this one, the Winter Season Tarot. I love this deck. It's very I don't know how to describe it. It's very it transports you into a different world, basically a world where maybe there's some magic, and it's very wintry. It's very cute, very beautiful. It's the perfect deck for winter, I think. I mean, it's called the Winter Season Tarot, but literally it's also edged. You won't see it on the video, but it's edged in this kind of gray, um and it's sparkling, so it's a sparkly gray. It's very beautiful. But anyways, it's very like winter vibe. You will see. Nice. All the pages are a little bird like this, but yeah, it's very wintry, and it's images that we don't get to see a lot here in Europe, but I'm pretty sure that in Canada they probably see a lot of like snowy landscapes like this, because Danny's from Canada. So yeah, it transports you in a very, it's like an in between reality and like a fairy type of environment where magic is there, but at the same time it's on Earth, so it looks both. It looks an in-between between Earth and like some kind of magical realm. So I like this deck. Again, I will put the link down below for you if you want to check it out. I've also made an unboxing of this deck, so if you want to check it out, you can check it out. The next one, I'll try to go a little bit quick because we do have a lot to talk about after for the second part of the deck, the video. But this deck is the Carry Me Home Oracle cards. I literally received this week or the week before, last week maybe. This is a deck created by Levi. Again, Levi, if you don't know, he's made different decks. He's made the Warrior, I can't remember the names, but he's made several decks. He's made one of my favorite Oracle deck as well, which is the Sacred Fool Oracle. And he's created this new deck, which is called the Carry Me Home Oracle. And this is again collage artwork, but it's a very masculine oriented deck. There's only males on this, I think, in this deck, if I remember well. There's only, yeah, male represented in this deck, which is, you know, fair enough. And with each card, you have the title of the card. So here, for example, it says Visit Radiant Realms, and it says Follow the light, stick to the path, don't be afraid. For this one, for example, I love the way it's being depicted. I love, you know, this collage art. I think is gorgeous. Levi always says like, oh, it's easy, everyone can do it, but literally I cannot do this type of things. I wouldn't be able to know where to put, you know, the things and how to shape it so it looks good, and I don't know. To me, it requires some kind of like talent and an eye for things and how they are meant to be placed into a space. But yeah, I love this deck. The backs are amazing. They look so good. The finish is kind of rose petal, but not the one that sticks together and is annoying. As you can see, it kind of slides. So very nice. The book is the same, has the same kind of finish, and you have different information, you have different spreads, and it's very nice. So it's a very nice deck. Production quality again is amazing, and again I will link all the details below because this is a deck that is worth exploring. Now we have two left for the decks that are recently acquired, and this one is the Familiar Field Oracle. I'm a huge fan of the first one. So this one is by Hannah Elizabeth Fofana. I'm a huge fan of the Field Tarot. So when I knew that it was going to be released, this one, the Companion Oracle, really, which is a Familiar Field Oracle, I was so happy. The backs are like this. If you have the Field Tarot from US Game, because this one is published by US Game again, it's the same cardstock, it's the same finish, everything is the same. But yeah, that's basically an animal deck that is in the style of Hannah Elizabeth Fofana, which will go super well with your oracle, your tarot if you have the Field Tarot. And for each card, you have the name of the animal, but then also you have few keywords. So here, for example, for the giraffe, you have foresight, aspiration, individuality. And I love that because I can see it's a giraffe, but what is the message? And there's a lot of animal decks that do that. And you know, one of them actually I'm getting rid of, even though I love it, but I could not work with it because it gives me the animal name, but it doesn't give me what it's meant to be. So basically, you have to learn the guidebook by heart to know what's the meaning of the card, and I don't have time to do that. So I'm really grateful for this. I'm really grateful that I can have a deck, a tarot deck, and it's accompanying, you get it, oracle deck. And the last one is one that I received a couple of weeks ago, and it's the Sirena Tarot by Jens Freeborg. Again, Jens, if you don't know, he's created few decks. He's created the Purgatorium Oracle, which is one of my favorite Oracle deck again. And it's when I've discovered Jens and Jens artwork and Jens practice and everything. So I became a fan from this deck. Then he created the Tarot Key, which is another deck that I love. I always say, like, if you love Pip's deck, that's a deck that you should get in your collection. And if you don't like Pip's deck, if you get this deck, it will make you will like Pip decks. It's such a good deck. It's an amazing production quality again. But here we are to speak about the Sirena Tarot. So it's a deck again that is very unique, very beautiful, and it's like the name says, it's about mermaids. So it's a mermaid deck. These are the backs, and it's just beautiful art, as you can see. So there's some nudity on this deck, so we're gonna try to be careful, but yeah, it's very beautiful art. The colors are amazing as well. I love the colors in this deck. It's kind of like moody, and like, I don't know how to explain it, but I do love the art on this deck. It's very, very nice. So as you can see, it's mermaids. All cards are illustrated. There's no pips there, so it's not like his previous deck, the Arcantum, the sorry, not the Arcantum, the Tarot Key deck. All cards are illustrated, so very nice deck. The High Priestess there, I love it. So yeah, very nice deck. Sometimes it can be a little bit triggering because there are some, like for example, the Three of Swords is literally three mermaids like chopping pieces of someone's body. So it's just a little bit like graphic, let's say. But if you're not impressed by this, I recommend this deck. So with the Kickstarter, we also received this pouch, which is lovely. So I'm putting it in there. We also received a tarot cloth, with which I will show you in a second. Let me put this away. So I'm gonna show you the tarot cloth that we also received with it. Again, it's all in this orange and gold tone, so very beautiful. And we also received a little shell that is also a jewel. So I'm gonna show it to you instead. So this is it, and it's just so pretty. And it's funny because I received a bracelet a few weeks before I received this, and it's basically the same colors, as you can see. So yeah, that was gorgeous. And that's it for the decks that are recent in my collection. So we finished the first part. I'm gonna just take a sip of water because I'm speaking a lot. But yeah, that's the first part. So we can move on to the next part now, which is what Lisa Papez has done and what I'm doing now this year. And it's a new tarot practice for 2025 because I haven't done it last year and I'm doing it this year. So what did I choose? How does it work? Everything. So basically the principle is to have envelopes for each month. So from January to December. And for each month, you will choose few cards to have a reading for each month, okay? And at the beginning of the month, or whenever you want in a month, you open your envelope, you check the cards, and you check what the readings is saying. So it depends if you wanted to do in a kind of like, what am I expected to see this month? So you start it on the 1st of January, for example, you open your envelope and you check the reading. Or Lisa Papez, for example, she said she doesn't want to do it in a predictive way. So she wants to do it more in a like, okay, I need guidance now. I don't need guidance for what's coming. I just need guidance now in this month. So she opens it when she feels it throughout the month. So that's basically the principle. So I have all my envelopes here. I know it's an Amazon box. It's not glamorous, I'm not there's no pretension, but I have all my little envelopes here. I did buy some new envelopes that are very cute. So I put the month, and then it's tied like this, so I cannot open it until January basically, and it won't fall. Even if I move the box, the cards won't fall off the envelope, so it will be all good. But yeah, this was a tenner. It was £10 on Amazon. You receive these envelopes. You receive the kind of thread. You receive the little like charm there, and you also receive for each. I don't know if it's two or four. I can't remember. I think it's two. So each envelope also has two pieces of paper on which you can write whatever you want. So I have this, but I also have a journal. So my plan, I will show you the cards, but my plan is to uh, write the questions, which I will show you, write the questions with on these papers, and then do the reading, let's say, on the journal. So let me explain you a little bit further because it might not make sense now, but I will keep this here actually to remind myself to remind you. But basically I will show you the decks that I've chosen, and I will explain you why I've chosen these decks. So the first one I've chosen is the Lenormand. So I've chosen to have a Lenormand because Lisa Papez done it, and actually it makes sense because you have 36 cards, and it's basically 3 cards for each month. So for a Lenormand, you get all the cards. That was the first reason. The second reason is I've never really worked with Lenormand, so that was an opportunity for me to learn a little bit about how Lenormand works. And because it's only 3 cards, it's not gonna be overwhelming. It's not gonna be too much. I'm not gonna start wanting to do like a grand tableau, or it's just gonna be step by step. I've chosen this Oracle, this Lenormand, which I cannot show you the cards because obviously they are in my envelopes, but I can show you a little bit the style with what's in the guidebook. So this one is the Lenormand of Enchantment, and is by Yasmin Westwood. Okay, so I love this thing. I've won it in an Instagram giveaway, so I'm super happy I've won it because it's very cute, it's very whimsical, it's very fair, like fairy type of atmosphere. And I've chosen this particular Lenormand because for each card, so you have the keyword, you have a little bit of a like a poem paragraph, like, so let's say for example here you have the stalk. Okay, it says a spark of a brand new life creating into existence, movement and change cycles met with persistence, nurturing love gingerly swaddled into a bundle of joy, carrying a precious little girl or a bouncing baby boy. So it's like a little poem that describes a little bit the energy of the card. Then you have some keywords there, then you have the meaning of the card. But what I love, and what is the reason why I've chosen this particular Lenormand, is that you have a correspondence for each card that are accompanying, like, with this card. So let's say I pull the stork, and then I pull the horse, the house, sorry. So we have the meaning for the stock, and then if you put it with the house, it says family dynamic changes, relocation, renovations, family member returns, real estate market changes, property transfer, comfortable transition. And then let's say the third one is the fox. You have seasonal work, job transfer, surviving change, faking a pregnancy, sneaky movements, tricky moves, suspicion returns, work in progress, caution with any change. So you have different energies. So maybe if I have these ones, it would be like maybe there's a change that is happening, but you need to be cautious on the change. So it's all this type of energy and all this type of work that you can do with just this guidebook. And that's why I've chosen this particular Lenormand, because I wanted to learn about Lenormand, but also this one is perfect because you have the association with each card that is around each other. if that makes sense. So that's the first deck that I've chosen for this. Again, I will put a link in the description box below if you're interested. The second one I've used is the light seers. I'm gonna show you the light seers, but I'm pretty sure everyone and their mothers have seen the light seers. But for whoever was living in a cave during the last 4 years hasn't seen this deck, this is the deck. This is the light seers. Obviously, everyone has seen this deck. This is one of my most favorite deck. I use it all the time. This is like, yeah, the deck that I use pretty much all the time when I'm with clients. I use this deck. I use plenty of decks, but the one that I come back to when, when I'm tired and when I just want an easy day, I just take this one. If I don't want to start learning, how a new deck speaks, I know this one by heart, so I will just take this one and that's it. So I've chosen this deck, the Light Seers, and I've only used the major arcana. And I will show you why in a second. It's because with the major arcana, I could use this book. So this is the book written by Chris Ann, which is the creator of the Tarot deck. And this is the Tower for Light Seers. It's a pretty chunky book, pretty heavy book. It's hardcover. It's a very nice book, and it's an amazing book, literally. You have a lot of information. It's about 266 pages for the book itself, but then at the end you also have some information about like the traditional you have different things. You have the rune sheet, rune cheat sheet. Then you have the elements. Then you have tower landscapes. So it speaks about things, based on the Rider-Waite Smith. So when you have castles, it represents security, ambition, achieving one's goals. When you have gardens, it's fertility, abundance. So you have a lot of things, and then you have all the traditional depiction of the Rider-Waite Smith and her uh, this like her rendering of this. Okay, but why I wanted to use this deck is because first of all I wanted to work with the guidebook because it's an amazing guidebook, but also for each major arcana, which I found it's amazing. Let's pick up the star, for example. So for each major arcana, I think it does that for the minors as well, but you have the card, you have the symbols used, so it says like why things are on the card. You have a little like affirmation type of things or a little poem. So let's see. So for example, here we have the star. So star, you have the guidebook, hope, guidance in the dark, inspiration. Then it says 8 points, direction, cosmic order, star of Ishtar. Then it says mandala. So there's a mandala here on the card. It says manifesting magic and joy. Then you have the water pool that is also on the card. It says subconscious mind, intuition, healing, reflecting cosmos slash divinity, oneness as above so below. And then you have the string that you can see on the card, and it says holding on to hope, connection to the universe, and faith. So you have all these, and then the little poem thing. It's almost like the card is speaking to you and says, draw energy from your brightest inner light because you know exactly what you came here to do. So that's it. And then you have, again, light seer. So it's upright meanings. Shadow seer is upside down meaning. I can't remember how we say. Reversed, that's it. Reversed meaning. And then you have a star history. So you have a little bit of a paragraph of like the star and its story in the tarot. And then you have the star message, so the message that is there. And then you have questions, which I told you in this, I have 2 sheets of papers, which I will use to question. So here, for example, if you knew that your success would be granted, what would you do with your life? Then you have, what's the biggest, most badass future you can envision for yourself? Where would you be in 3, 5, 10 years? What does inspiration feel like in your body? Invite it in, then describe it. If you had to choose one word to describe your soul's purpose, what would it be? So that's 4 questions you have here. I have enough space, I guess. I can choose because I'm going to show you other decks which also have questions. So I can choose to answer all of these, answer none of these, and choose from the oracles. We'll see. But what I loved is this, the spread that you get with each major arcana. So here, for example, with the star, is called the Starlit Dreams spread, a spread for finding hope and optimism. So you place the star card here. So obviously I have this one. The one I've used in my envelopes are a different copy. They are the French version of this deck, which I put inside there, so which allows me to have a second copy that I can use for this. So put the star here. The first one is hope. How can I find or cultivate more hope? Optimism, a message about optimism and bright future. What action can I take to grab a hold of my brightest starlight? And then you have healing with the star, psychological or emotional breakdown. So you have a little bit more um, keywords with this. So that's why I've chosen this deck, and that's why I've chosen to work with this in 2025, because I wanted to work with the guidebook, which is amazing, and I also wanted to use these spreads. These spreads that are already available. So each month I will have a spread I can work with. I have messages. I have my Lenormand so far and my Light Sears Tarot. So it's just one card for Tarot, three cards for the Lenormand in this envelope so far. And then I only use two other decks, which the first one is, you've seen it before, is the Carry Me Home Oracle. So I used this because I also used another one that is a little bit more ethereal, a little bit more feminine. So I use this one because it's a little bit more masculine and a little bit more grounded. Okay. So I wanted both energies. And I've chosen this deck as well because, again, in this deck, either on the card itself, there is a question that I can journal about in the two sheets of paper that are there, or there is some inputs in each card as well. So input and output and kind of questions. So here, for example, we have number 8, Lionheart, that's the card. And the questions that are coming here is, what is your strength? What is your weakness? Name some confident people you admire. What about the essence do you appreciate? Listen to Pyramid of Light by Alana Fairchild. So there's some actions, there's some questions, there's some things that you can do. So that's why I've chosen this deck as well. So in my envelopes, there's also this. And the last deck, that there's actually another one, sorry, I forgot to put it there. And it's this one. But first, I will show you the second one that I've told you is a little bit more ethereal, it's a little bit more feminine, and it's the Ocean Dreams Oracle by Danielle Noel. So if you don't know Danielle Noel, again, she's creating many decks. She's very known in the community, and she's done this kind of decks where, again, is very ethereal, is very feminine looking, very light, very, you know, very cute. Here you have Unconditional Love with the dolphins. The video doesn't give it justice because I'm filming on my laptop with StreamYard, the free version, so they only allow you to use the 720 pixels. So I cannot film in high definition, but it's a very beautiful deck. And again, we're gonna have a look at the guidebook now. But in the guidebook, so you have quite a lot of information. So again, that's a deck that you can dive deep in, and you have an affirmation. So if, for example, here you have familiar hearts. So it says, I am forever and always worthy of kindness. I deserve true friendship and soul connections. So you have an affirmation, and then you also have a question. And here, for example, it says, where is love the strongest in my life? Okay. So again, you have a question that you can ponder and you can write down in this piece of paper. So that's why I've chosen this deck, because it was like a little bit more feminine, a little bit more, you know, ethereal, and a little bit more like Star City and a little bit more like space vibe than the Carry Me Home Oracle. Is a little bit more grounded, is a little bit more masculine. So that's why I've chosen this one. And the last one I have chosen is this one, which is the Spirit Animal Wisdom. And it's just because, first of all, I wanted a message from the animals. So if you've never seen this deck, that's the deck. It's very cute. Again, it's watercolor paintings. And you get the animal in this, and you get keyword conservation here, for example, and then you have a little kind of sentence, and it says make conscious choices. Here, for example, you have the golden unicorn. It says ascension, awaken to your soul's potential. So it's very good for that. And I also loved it because inside the guidebook, so the guidebook is like this, but inside the guidebook, so you obviously have everything that it says on the card, the meaning of the card, but you also have crystals companion. So it says petrified wood, scolecite, and flint used together. So you have a crystal companion that can be there for you for the month. So I thought it was very interesting because I will use these crystals, and I will carry these crystals with me for the month. So depending on what I get, I will, go to my metaphysical store and buy the crystal and carry it with me throughout the month until the next month. So that's the last one I used. So yeah, that's basically what happened. So I have my little envelope here. I will put it back in its box. We drink a little bit of water. But yeah, guys, that's basically it. That's all I wanted to show you guys. So I wanted to show you first the decks that I received, Oracle and Tarot, that I've recently received. And second, I wanted to show you this new practice that I have for 2025, which with these envelopes, I've done them all now, so I don't have any excuses. I just have to open and journal about them. I think it's going to be a very enriching and deeper spiritual practice that what I've done in 2024. I'm not gonna lie, I was not very good with my spiritual practice in 2024. I journaled and up until March, and then I stopped. Usually I was doing every month, I was doing a reading for the month, and then I was doing a reading for the full moon. And in March 2024, it all stopped, and I was not doing any reading at all. I was still doing readings for other people, but for myself, I was not doing it. So now in 2025, I decided it's time to go back into it and do something about it. Okay. But yeah, that's basically it, guys. I hope you enjoyed the video. I hope you enjoyed seeing what I've chosen, like the decks I've chosen. I hope it can inspire you to maybe do the same. You don't have to choose as many cards as I've done. You can maybe choose only one card from the Light Seers if you already have the guidebook or the big book written by Chris Ann. Even if you don't have this big book, you can find spreads online. But I felt inspired by seeing Lisa Papez's video, so I was like, maybe I can inspire others to have a little bit more of a spiritual practice, because I know it helps me feeling more positive about the future, feeling a bit more, yeah, just overall positive. I have like guidance. I know things will be all right, and I know how to approach the month, the year. So I was like, maybe I can inspire other people to do the same. So, you don't have to do it as elaborate as I've done it. You can do it more elaborate than I've done. You can do it less. You can choose only one card. You can choose only uh, one oracle card that you have on your altar for the month. Anything that is working for you. But yeah, I hope you enjoyed the video. If you enjoyed the video, please like the video, comment to let me know what is your plan for 2025. If you enjoyed the video, if you think that I inspired you to do the same, anything, let me know. Let's have a conversation. And yeah, thank you very much for being here. I wish you all a very good year of 2025, because I will not be recording a new video before the end of the year. So next time I see you will be in 2025. But I wish you all a very happy new year. Have fun, enjoy, and yeah, I'll see you next time. Bye, guys.